Mike, it's not often in rugby that you say a draw is probably a fair result, but after 13-all draw with Doncaster Knights tonight, is that a fair result?
It's a fair result because probably both sides felt they should have won the game, and both sides are probably disappointed that they didn't. Let's talk about Doncaster in the first instance. It's a wonderfully spirited team, and got lots of passion and play for the shirt, and they empty the tanks every time, and they were coming off the back of a fantastic performance last week where they beat Bristol, and they came here with a lot of intent. But the reality of the matter is we didn't attack with the accuracy and the common sense that we need to if we want to be successful in this league, if we want to move on this season. So we let ourselves down there severely because we didn't make the best of the ball that we had. We didn't treasure the pill, and you need to. And as a consequence, we were pretty poor, and we gave a lot of turnovers.
We had plenty of possession throughout that game. We probably had the vast majority of the possession, but as you say, we just couldn't turn that into points.
No, we didn't, and there was bits and pieces going on at the Mall time, which was nullifying our driving more. I'm not sure how much of that was legal, but nonetheless, you've got to find a way, haven't you? And we started to go off on our own agendas rather than collectively work out what the problem is and come up with the appropriate solution. And as a consequence, we started to gift the ball away, both with poor kicking options, poor kicking decisions, and errors hurt us. And then as a consequence, that kind of magnified and multiplied in the fact that people try to solve the problems on their own rather than sticking to the pattern, sticking to the plan. So that's a valuable lesson for us as we move into the business part of the season, and get ready for some big games that lie ahead.
One try apiece. Former London Scot Tyler Hodgson got on the score sheet for Doncaster just here. I mean, he had the freedom of Richmond Athletic Ground. Really disappointing defending there.
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure if he came from the back foot of the ruck. I think he came from the middle, but nonetheless, yeah, he saw it, he spotted it, and he went over for the score. And the hot sauce Hodgson would have been over the moon for that. And I think Matty's try, ex-Doncaster, from a few years back, he took it very, very well. He showed his pace, and it was a great kick. That was the right type of kick there by Pete Lydon that was going to create pressure, and Matty Williams finished it fantastically well. But I'm more disappointed by the number of opportunities that we left out there, and I'm even more disappointed by our defensive discipline, which for the first time since the turn of the year, since January the 1st, we've let ourselves down there again. So, plenty for us to think about and reflect upon. But I think let's also look at a very big positive. We made sure we didn't lose the game. We stayed in the game. We found a way to ensure we didn't lose the game, and we quite easily could have taken that at the end there. And I'm as disappointed probably as Doncaster are that we didn't. They probably felt they could have won the game, and we certainly feel that as well.
At the end of the day, it's 2 points closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're playing for here, really. The reality is, we can put our egos to one side and pride. It's about getting into the playoffs, and then that's when the business end really, really, really starts. And we're 2 points closer, and that gives us something to build upon. And we'll learn from this. And sometimes you've got to get it wrong to get it right, and this is certainly one of those evenings. And it's how we react to this, it's how we reflect, and how we move forward. We need to stay humble. We need to work hard. We need to be grounded, and we need to get back on the horse Monday and get ready for a big week at Worcester.
We've got a habit of finishing matches really strongly, but we seem to be starting games slowly. In the first half, again, we were quite sluggish. Can you put your finger on that?
No, we were poor first half. I mean, I don't think it's very, very different to the start of that Jersey game where we didn't have a lot of possession. But we just executed poorly, and we didn't deliver how we need to, and that's down to us. So that we're in control of that, and we can remedy that, and we can rectify that. So they're the learnings of the game, and as long as we grow from this experience and we learn from this experience, then as I said, we have to take it. We have to take it on the chin, and we have to get in the bar. We have to respect and thank our supporters for supporting us this evening, and promise them that we'll deliver a better performance next time.
Do you think our kicking game could have been slightly better tonight, apart from Peter's lovely kick for Matt's try?
Slightly. I think our kicking game should have been a whole lot better. I mean, vastly disappointed, both with our kicking choice and when we decided to kick. There again, that's education, that's learning for the guys, and playing what's in front of them, not playing pre-scripted plays depending on what they haven't used to date in a game. So, all valuable learning experiences for the whole team, and we can reflect on this tape, we can look at the game, we can analyse it, and hopefully we can take the experiences and make sure that we get our kicking game where it needs to be if we want to be successful, because that just wasn't good enough from a kicking performance, and we know that.
Peter Lydon went for glory with a drop kick though from long range. It wasn't far away from going over. Would that have been harsh in Doncaster?
I don't think it would have been harsh, because the reality is we'd have been controlling the pitch at the important part of the game, and well deserved. I just question whether or not that's the right decision. You know, you're too far back. We could have taken 3 or 4 more phases, moved closer to the pitch, put Doncaster under more pressure, maybe squeezed the penalty, or got an easier drop goal opportunity for Peter. And that's experience. That's having the composure and the clarity of understanding on how to manage a game at the critical points. And you know, we were probably a little bit frantic, a little bit frenetic at times, and you know, that's a good example. And as I said, they're the learning points that we need to take from this and move forward.
Just talking about a couple of individual performances, thought Lee Miller was solid at the back, at full-back. Kieran Moffat, his second game for London Scottish, made a few good line breaks. He looked busy tonight.
Yeah, I was really pleased with Kieran. I thought he was very industrious in attack, apart from that dodgy offload. But you know, I think if he'd have just put that away 2 hands, Matty's away under the sticks for another try. So you know, they're the little bits and pieces in his game that he's going to work on. But you know, I thought he equipped himself fantastically well. He worked hard defensively, made his tackles, but he also caused problems in attack, and he held on to the ball. He's one of the few players that held on to the ball and made good decisions on when to offload, and more importantly, when not to offload. And, you know, the reality is, to be a good rugby player, the best offloaders know when not to offload and hold on to the ball, and he certainly did that this evening. And you know, he was a leading light for us tonight.
Worcester Warriors up next weekend away from home. That's going to be a huge game against the informed side in the championship. But we played well against them just for Christmas, so we shouldn't have anything to fear.
Yeah, we did play well against them again, before Christmas, and you know, we'll go there with intent. I mean, they're a massive team, massive resource, and we got immense respect for them as a rugby team and as a rugby establishment. You know, they're at the top of the league, well deserved, and where they should be. But you know, the reality is we've got nothing to fear. We'll go there. We've got a healthy squad. We'll probably move a few players around, rest a few, make sure that we put out a fresh squad that can compete and try and go toe to toe with Worcester, who, as we know, I think are the form team in this league. Immense resources, huge squad, huge off-pitch resource, and are very worthy of being top of this league.
Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Cheers.